In this second video of this tutorial, I will show you how to implement this UI. We have the setup already done, so we will just start building this UI. So in our Duolingo live activity struct, we have some code given by default, and if you open the canvas, you will see this hello. I just selected dark appearance because I like it, and we are going to be changing only this part of the code. We won't touch the dynamic island because that's not part of this tutorial, but yeah, let's move on. So what we need to do is to remove this hello, and to build this we will need an H stack. So in the H stack we will need some V stack to add the text and the icons. So we will need an V stack, and just on the right side we are going to need an image. Which image? The one that we already imported in the last video for the setup. I'm gonna custom a little bit this, and I will change the size. I want this image to be a square, and I will also add some padding, so you can be changing this as you want. Let's see if we can see the image. It's loading. Okay, there it is. We have the image, and then we need to add all this information. So my computer is very slow. I think for the sake of this video I will just stop showing the canvas. I will continue coding, and then at the end I'm gonna try to show you how it looks and if everything is right or we need to make some adjustments. So inside of this beach stack I would like to add a H stack just for this text, and then small space here. That's why I will add an H stack, then some text inside. Which text? We can just type 5 exercises left, and then I'm gonna change this a little bit to match the design. I want this to be bold, and I'm gonna change the color as well. So primary works fine for both light mode and dark mode. So then I will add also some padding. So padding is also very useful. So okay, how much? I think this one. And then we need an H stack to add these labels. Why labels? Because label allows us to add text and an icon on the right side. So label is fine. I'm gonna add some space here, and the first one is just a number. I'm gonna change the weight as well. I want this to be bold, and the icon, I think we can add just a simple system image, not bold, it's a bold. And then I will change the color. So I already have memorized some colors, so don't worry, you don't need to do that. Okay, let me just try to see if at least we can see the text and the first icon. If okay, everything looks good so far. We will need some padding here, some space, but at least you can see how we are progressing. So this label contains this 27 and it has this icon on the left side. So it's good. We can just start reusing this code. So we need 3 of these. I'm gonna add some space for you to see, and then we can add some, I don't know, random text here. Well, not random, but fixed text. I want this to be a clock, you see, clock icon. And I'm gonna update this color as well. Okay, this is blue, and then I would like to add this streak number with a different system image. And yes, I'm gonna change color as well. And finally, I'm gonna add some padding. So we needed some padding on the bottom, if you remember. And for the rest, we should be good. Okay, looks good. Looks good. We have the UI almost finished. We have this dynamic island that we won't touch. So let me just try to replace this, just like to not cause any confusion. I'm gonna replace this with empty views. And I don't think we need this. Okay. So we have already this preview created. However, I would like to show you a couple of things to do a bunch of changes before we finish this video. I know I told you it was only about UI, but I would like to move a couple of things around. So I'm gonna move this file to a different file. Then I will tell you what is this struct doing. So I'm gonna move this here. And I need to add a different library, which is activity kit. And then this structure will be used to manage all these values. So we will be encapsulating all these values here, both static and dynamic values. So now it's complaining. I will tell you why. If I'm not mistaken, it's complaining because you need to add your widget to this struct, otherwise it won't recognize this value. You see now it's green, it used to be white. Now no more errors. And then I will comment this. This is just code to show the preview. I don't want it right now. Let me try to explain you something. You see, we have this comment here. It says dynamic stateful properties about your activity go here. Okay, which things we want to update dynamically? We want to update this number 5, well, the number of exercises and the time, the remaining time. So let's create exercises left number, which will be an integer, and then the time left, that will be a string. And then it says non-changing properties about your activity go here. Which things I don't want to update dynamically? Well, this Thunderbolt number and this strict number. I think these values are also fixed in the Duolingo activity, so we can try to do the same. So we have the Thunderbolt exercises, which is a string, and then we have the strict number, which is a string, and then this will be of type let, and that's it. I'm gonna create some default values. Just to use in the preview. So we will have attributes will be of this type. Let's just say 5 and 45, and then some other default values for the dynamic values. So content state, and let's say 0, and time left just 0. It's fine. Oh, this is a string, right? Okay. Then I like to use something different for the previews. You can do it as you wish. Okay, we don't need this. It's complaining because I removed some properties. I said we won't use this. That's why I had it collapsed. So I want to create again the preview in a different way. You can do it. You can keep the previous code. I just find this easier. You will need to add a previous property, which is on view, and then I think we can make use of the things that we already created. So we have this thing here, which is content state. I think, yeah, attributes, and then we are going to create the content state. We already have some content state fixed values created, and I'm gonna create content, and I'm gonna give a name to the preview. So what I'm doing here is just to manually create this preview, sending properties to show. Which properties? These properties. So I only create those just for the sake of this preview. And I would expect to see a notification preview here with default values, and this content is actually the type of the content that you will see. You can change this content to be a dynamic island, or oh no, not working again. Let me just quickly try to, after killing Xcode and opening it again, I can see the preview. So yeah, this is the name of the preview notification, and now I'm showing content. I'm not showing dynamic island or something different. You can change this to dynamic island, but we won't do that. We are focused on this notification thing, and we are seeing these values. We are not seeing these hard-coded values. These are only used to pass in this previous thingy. So it's okay. I think this struct is easier to understand that the one that is already provided, but this is just my way of implementing the previous. You can keep the other struct, but it's important and that you know this, that we will be changing these values. We will change the exercises left and the time left. So every time we, let's say, send a push notification, we would expect these 5 and these 2 minutes 55 seconds values to change. So yeah, let's close this session, and we will continue with the next one.